Okay, welcome to Singapore. We are at SMU where we're having a VGC 11 tournament, a throwback. Back when we had an E4 tournament back here at Westmore. So we are using all Pokemon from the Unova Dex, and after 5 Swiss rounds, we have finally come down to the finals. Kit Meng with a flawless victory versus Shang. I believe the two have faced off somewhat in one of the Swiss matches, so they are somewhat familiar with each other's team. Okay, so you can see on the screen now, Shang's team, Slyx, has Terrakion, Bisharp, Gotitel, Landorus, Conkeldurr, and Volcarona.
And on Kit's side, we have Terrakion, Whimsicott, Escavalier, Hydreigon, Chandelier, and Jellicent.
Yes, and just a reminder, there's been a change to Whimsicott ever since Gen 6. It now has a fairy typing, which actually has been seeing a lot of use recently, with Moonblast flying around all over the Swiss rounds.
In fact, as if you have been keeping up with the stream, we just had Whimsicott versus Whimsicott face-off.
Yeah, Whimsicott seems very popular today for today's tournament. Okay, so any thoughts on Shang's opening team? What do you think he could? What are the possible combinations he could lead off here?
Well, Shang's team actually seems like it's a mix of pretty fast and pretty decently. It's all around the speed tiers, and I think none of them are actually. He might be quite threatened by Kit's Terrakion, but he does have seem to have a good matchup against his ghost types with the Bisharps and
Yeah, as on Kit's side, right, I think his Chandelier would actually, Shang's Volcarona actually would serve quite well, because Shang has both a Escavalier and a Whimsicott, which I'm pretty sure Shang will bring into the round. I'm not sure if I'll be corrected in a minute. I'll be okay in a minute. We'll find out, because we are going to the match, and Shang leads with both Volcarona and Bisharp.
Oh, well, this was a very common, in that VGC 13, this was actually quite common, Bisharp, Volcarona.
And Kit Meng means with the dreaded combination.
Oh goodness.
To intimidate Shang.
This feels like a VGC 11 versus VGC 13 kind of thing right now.
And off the bat, we can see that both of their starting leads threaten each other. Terrakion's close combat can easily take out the Bisharp. The Bisharp's Iron Hit threatens both Whimsicott and the Terrakion.
And Volcarona can heavily use Heat Wave against Whimsicott, but it's like you said, threatened by Terrakion.
Actually, I think Shang is has a bit of dilemma now. Does he want to close combat the Bisharp, or does he want to take out the Volcarona with the Rock Slide?
That's Kit.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, Kit has a bit of dilemma. So which mon does he think is the most threatening, and which does he want to take out? Or which does he think will protect from his close combat or Rock Slide? Either way, this turn already seems quite both players want to take each other out pretty fast.
Well, that's the nature of VGC 11 kind of games, isn't it?
Okay.
Oh, looks like Kit decides to withdraw his Whimsicott, not wanting to risk any damage, and sends in Hydreigon instead.
Fair play. Oh, Bisharp goes for the protect. Now we'll see if Kit decides to go into the close cup. No, he goes for the Rock Slide.
That's times 4 damage. Oh, Charty Berry.
Shang shows the Charty Berry on the Volcarona. Survives quite comfortably, I think. Yeah, and goes for the overheat.
Probably targeted on the Whimsicott slot, and probably not going to do a lot of damage to the Hydreigon.
That was a very smart switch on Kit Meng's part. Now Volcarona is both. I'm sure now Kit Meng can just ignore the Volcarona, because it has a -2 special attack drop, and it's open
It's never good to just ignore Volcarona, as far as my experience is concerned. For all you know, you just quiver dance up and regain all the special attack.
True, but it's also being threatened by. I mean, if Kit goes for the Rock Slide again, and considering that Rock Slide has the added chance to flinch, which might happen on the Bisharp, it might be a good move for Kit to consider.
For all we know, Kit could just if he could just go, because the Volcarona is right now at -2, he might just go straight for the kill on the Bisharp as well.
So what I want to know now is, how is Shang going to turn this around? Because Bisharp does not seem like it can do much. I mean, it can threaten only one Pokemon, either the Terrakion or the Hydreigon, but both carry moves that can one-hit KO it.
Not mention both of them are faster, and Sucker Punch isn't going to do much. In fact, Sucker Punching the Terrakion will probably be the worst thing.
Very bad idea. Okay,
Volcarona goes for the protect, probably scouting to see what Kit does. Kit goes for the Rock Slide.
Yep. Okay, we'll see whether fishing for a flinch.
And we see that Shang is frustrated as he realizes that he has made a misplay.
and there we see the fire attack to one hit kill the Bishop, and right off the bat.
Is that a life up Hydreigon? Yes, it's a life up Hydreigon.
Is that quite a common? Isn't Scarf or Specs more common for Hydreigon?
As Kit's sister, I can say that he prefers to run life up on his dragons because he does not like locking them into scarves. And he'd enjoy, and for Hydreigon especially because of his huge variety of huge move pool, he enjoys the offensive advantage of being able to switch and still having power.
And having the ability to protect.
Yes.
Alright, back in the game we see actually a Terrakion versus Terrakion. They're both staring each other right now. But Shang is down to 2 mons while Kit still has 3 mons, while Kit still has 4 after that wonderful switch where he switched out the Whimsicott to absorb the... What was that move? Never mind. Yeah, it was a clever move on that part. And now we see the Terrakion staring each other. So, and once again, Shang's Volcarona is at -2, and quite honestly, I'm not really sure whether it's very useful in this matchup.
We see both of the players taking their time choosing their moves. This is important. Of course, it's the final match.
Oh yeah, as you mentioned, the life up. Oh, there we go.
The protect.
The benefits of having a life up, not Scarf, not Specs. Oh, Volcarona actually goes for the Rage Powder.
Now that's the thing I haven't seen a Volcarona in a while.
Oh, right into the protect.
And Rock Slide will definitely take out the Volcarona.
I think that was actually pretty good prediction on both on Kit's part and Shang's part. I think Shang predicted that the Terrakion would try to kill the Volcarona, so his Terrakion isn't really in much of a threat. But at the same time, Kit's protect negates.
Shang used Rage Powder to get rid of the close combat. But because Kit decided to go for the Rock Slide instead.
But either way, I think at that HP, close combat would have killed the Volcarona.
Possible, but it would have inflicted a burn. Possible 30% chance.
True, that's quite true. Okay, now we see, alright, now Shang is down to 2 mons, but with a Conqueror on the field this time. Conqueror now quite popular with the Assault Vest set, which raises his special defense. Oh, actually now Conqueror seems to be threatening both Kit Mengs because they're both fighting weak. And
Shang does have 2 fighting Pokemon.
Alright, Kit Meng switches out his Hydreigon for a...
Jellicent!
His last member he reveals to be Jellicent. Oh, Ghost type goes into close combat into Jellicent, passes right through, and a return close combat from Kit Meng onto Shang's Conqueror. Actually takes it quite well. Alright, Shang goes for the Drain Punch, which should KO because of the special defense. No, it does not. I stand corrected.
Terrakion has Focus Sash.
It was a critical hit, but it was Sash. Oh wow, this is really back and forth. I mean, in Conqueror, but the important thing is here, Conqueror heals back to almost full with the Drain Punch over there, and which leads me to think, Shang's Terrakion has only been using close combat. What are the chances there is Scarf, in your opinion?
I have no idea. Possible. I haven't actually been paying attention to the speed ties between the Terrakions, but I suppose it's possible that it's
because the Terrakions in the Shang's Terrakion in the previous 2 turns have gone first, but the first close combat ran into a Protect, and the second close combat ran into a Jellicent. Okay, shows the close. Oh, alright, close combat. This time goes onto the Sash, the 1 HP Terrakion. Oh, Terrakion revealed a quick guard there, I think fearing the Mach Punch from the Conqueror, but it's still taken out by the Shang's Conqueror and Terrakion anyway. Jellicent goes for the Water Spout, easily takes out Terrakion from the special defense drop. Now we'll see what Conqueror decides to go for, and he goes for the knockoff.
Sensible move.
Woo! That was a 1-hit KO, I think.
Yes, it was. Sensible move.
Okay,
and now we see the Jellicent has revealed Choice Scarf, which means that you were right. Shang's Terrakion was wearing a scarf.
Oh, okay.
In order to outspeed the Jellicent.
And we see boil it down. Alright, the 2 versus 1 match. Whimsicott versus a Hydreigon. Whimsicott and Hydreigon versus a Conqueror.
This is Shang's in a pretty tough position because regardless of what he does, one of them is still going to be able to fire off an attack. But we see here that Kit decides to go for the Protect on his Hydreigon, while his Whimsicott goes for the Moon Blast.
This is, I'm sure, game, set, and match for Kit Meng. Takes the first round with Whimsicott dealing the final blow.
Well, Kit does love his Whimsicott, as I'm sure you know.
Yes, I've seen a lot of that today. Okay, right now usually the first match is more of a trying to feel each other out, but as mentioned before, these two have actually played against each other in one of the Swiss rounds, so now all the information that they know about each other's team, I'm sure they have taken into account. So now it's a matter of trying to play around each other's leads or trying to play around each other's teams.